Hello, Gemini. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. Some of you may have been in a relationship. You could have been in a situationship. Others of you, this simply may just be a whole lot of energy that you feel with this particular individual. And you know there's something special there, but no one's really speaking up. A realization of love. The relationship could have been in the past, could be current. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. Gemini, this is going to be a very interesting reading. All right, lots going on here. We have mothering followed by sexuality, awakening, love, beliefs, doubt, illusion, wisdom, selfhood, and then we have rhythms under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Gemini, the connection that I have with you, it shows me how nurturing, caring, and protecting you really are. I see this side of you that has unconditional love and a sense of mothering, being a father, being a mother, the love that comes from it, nurturing, wanting to be someone who takes care of the other. It's difficult for me to keep my distance from you. I do like what I see, and you are extremely sexy. Your body, your curves, your skin. Just looking at you and admiring you from a distance. But then there's a part of me that wants to come close. And I want to have a family with you. Something that'll be long-lasting. For the world to see and generations to know about. But things are different now for me. I'm starting to see things differently. Before, I wasn't really able to put myself into your shoes and seeing things from your perspective. I have now come to an awakening moment, a realization, where I have put myself into your shoes. I can see things from your lens. I can see things from your perspective. I see all this. And I've come to the realization that everything that I have thought of, everything that I am, it was different from your point of view. Now there's love. This love that I have for you, it is pure. It is true. It is unconditional. I find it difficult to let go, but I also find it difficult to move on. You have this love that exists, and it's just there by default. I don't know why I love you this much. I'm not sure. But I do know that in this connection, I am now in love with you. I don't just love you, but I am in love with you passionately. And yet, I fear that the beliefs that exist between you and I, the differences that exist between you and I, they are so vast. It is so much that it's hard to think of anything that's different. I was born and brought up in a very different way. And so were you. The way I view things, my mindset, the way I am now. It's not like what you have always wanted. But then again, we don't get what we always want. You view things in a very different way. Our opinions are quite different. What we want versus what we have gotten, they're two separate things. We don't see eye to eye, and we are not on the same page. And sometimes it's difficult for you to understand where I'm coming from. And sometimes it's difficult for me to understand you. But there is this underlying love that exists. And to me, it all still makes a lot of sense. But because of what has happened, I do doubt that certain things in this connection might work out the way that I wanted it to. I doubt that you will want to be with me on an intimate level, because that's not really where the mind is going right now. I hide my feelings from you, and I hide the fact that I have awakened to this realization. I am hiding, and I don't tell you the truth of how I really feel. There are certain things that you want and certain things that I don't want, because it doesn't go well with what my lifestyle is right now. However, because of the love I have, and because of the things that we've gone through, there is a part of me that is starting to become more wise as time goes by. This wisdom that exists now, it makes me smarter, makes me brighter, makes me understand certain lessons, knowing not to repeat them again. What I put you through, it has changed you. And I can see that. It's intimidating for me, because what you have become is someone who is very self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. And when I see this, and when I feel it, I also see that you're very guarded. Once bitten, twice as shy. You won't let me in. Maybe you won't let others in. But I realize that I'm the one that unfortunately turned you into this, because of what we have gone through. You wouldn't have changed had it not been for me, but this change is not, for me, a good change. Reigniting that flame I am finding very difficult now. Where once it burned very bright and now it doesn't. I want it to burn bright. I want things to be different. It's very difficult now for me to be that person who can move on, pretend like nothing happened. Because I know things did happen. And you changed and adapted according to the times. My mindset is still back where it was. In that memory, the time when things changed, became worse than they were. I do feel that in this connection right now, I've tried to change the way I look, the way I perceive things, the way I perceive myself, and how others perceive me. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. It's not easy for me and it's difficult for me to change this mindset. But it is there and it exists and it is real. And it does not change my circumstances. Things do not change because they cannot change. For now, I know there's a part of you that really wants to grow in this connection. But there's a part of me that doesn't believe that that's the right thing to do. We don't really see eye to eye. But I do have love for you. And I do want to make you happy. All right, Gemini. One very strong message is coming through. The message in these cards with the mothering card and the sexuality card. What do you have to do? Well, these days there's a lot of technology, but traditionally what do you have to do in order to have a baby? Beep. Sexuality. Somebody here wants to have a child. Somebody here is pregnant. Somebody here wants to become pregnant. These are a couple scenarios that I'm seeing. Or have a family. But there's a huge nurturing feeling here. The problem is you have the beliefs card right underneath the mothering card. So even though somebody here wants that intimacy in order to have a family, the problem is another individual in this connection does not want to move ahead in the word, I'm getting the word commitment. They don't want to commit to something like this. So if you're wondering why isn't such and such person wanting to start a family, the reason here, a lack of commitment. Now, why do some people not want to commit? There's various reasons. There's so many reasons why. Some is financial, some is just like they don't want, or some are rather. Some are, one's financial, one would be not wanting to commit because they may have interests elsewhere. That might not be what they're looking for right now. But when you have the beliefs card, it does mean that you're basically, on the left side of the field and they're on the right side of the field. You're just not gelling very well. Your opinions, your ideas are quite far apart. However, in the center, there is this center game, for example, that you're playing, right? You're playing a game and you know that this is the game. These are the rules. However, when it comes to going on one side versus the other, giving up, who is going to win, which side is going to lose, there's a little bit of an ego being played here. But remember one thing, the ego is not coming from strict ego. It is coming from the fact that an individual in this connection believes certain things so much because that is what they were. They were born like this. They were raised like this. In their adulthood, they've been like this. Through their experiences, they have become what they are. And that's why their beliefs are so strong. So some of you may think it's, this person just wants to be a player for a small portion of you, for example, right? maybe they do, but the only reason they may want to do that is because that's what they want at this very moment. 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, maybe it will change. Not everybody stays the same. At this point in time, however, the word commitment, which comes up, it's coming up again, I do see that they have an issue with this because they're not thinking on the same level as you are. So, you're basically in this mindset, Gemini, it seems that, okay, it's time to move forward and settle down in this connection on a higher level. However, this individual they are a few steps back. They're not at the same level as you are right now. So keep that in mind here. Does this person love you? Absolutely, 100% yes. Absolutely. Do they find you utterly irresistible and sexy? Absolutely yes. Is there a lot of passion? Absolutely yes. There is love. There is passion. There's even lust. So it's really good. This entire connection is, all the pieces fit together. But when it comes to moving forward in this commitment, that's where things are kind of having a little bit of a problem here, especially with the beliefs card, because you want something and this person wants something else. And that's where it's just not going well. Your person of interest is hiding these feelings. However, there's a part of them that has become much wiser. So they are not going to be, in the future when you meet them, they're not going to be 100% the exact same as you remember them. This person is now going to be a little bit wiser, a bit smarter. They may talk differently. They may act differently in front of you. This is a lesson learned. So whatever has happened in the past, and the wisdom card is under the card love, and whatever happened in the past regarding the affection of love in this relationship, the emotions, things are going to be different going forward. They are not going to be the same as they once were. And they do hesitate. They may see you. Some of you might be like this right now. I hope many of you are in this good energy, this independent energy. You don't have to be. Everybody takes time. There's a time for healing, okay? So do heal and don't rush into anything. But what I see here is your person of interest feels very intimidated by you right now. There's an aura about you that is, I am single and ready to mingle. You might not be like that. And it may just be a vibe that you're giving off. It may just be that from a distance, this person thinks that you are like this. And you know what? That is a good thing, because let's just say, even if you're not, it doesn't matter. It's a good thing because it'll make them work harder to be together with you. If you want that to happen, they will have to work harder. Before, they felt like they had you, they knew you, but then you changed because now you're someone completely different after all of this that happened. They are wiser, but they also know getting you back is going to be a bit of a struggle and a challenge, which means they're going to have to work for it. I am seeing a couple of things here. One is basically moving on forward to find happiness and joy in terms of spreading your seed or your wings and having more in this connection, whether it be children, it be pets, plants, whatever it is. But a sense of growth and prosperity is desired here from one person, but the other person doesn't want to go further. It's you both have different plans, guys. It's different ideas. And there is no forcing, unfortunately, anyone. The individual would have to do that on their own, at their own time, when they feel comfortable and when they feel that the time is right. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. So here I'll be looking into the situation that may have occurred. What caused the problem in the first place? Why did things go downhill in this connection? Things may have been sweet before, they may have been accelerating to a good spot, and then boom, all of a sudden, there's this giant hole in it, everything just fell right through, and it's like nothing makes sense anymore. Some of you may have been ghosted. There may be a lack of closure. Some of you may not be communicating with this person as much as you would like to. Maybe it's not you. Maybe this person stopped texting you. Maybe it's, it's less frequent, right? So you're wondering what's going on. This spread I look at to see what is the why. Having a look at the why. Why did this happen? Because your person of interest, most likely, for the majority of you, they did not tell you the reason why they have started to keep their distance. So hopefully this information will help you understand that particular reason. And this deck I do read in the reverse for those of you who are new that don't know about that. All right. Four of Cups. Here this talks about dissatisfaction, overindulgence, and boredom. In the beginning, when things were okay, here it talks about taking something for granted. Love, talents, the beauty. The need for a more authentic way of life. A reevaluation of a situation and a relationship that felt very superficial. In the reverse, it talks about wanting to accept the situation, though discontent is still present, a passing phase. So you have a whole lot of information here. In this connection, Gemini, there may have been a sense of dissatisfaction. Somebody here overindulged and they got bored. They had you so many times that they just ended up getting bored. That's what happens. You got to be that rare diamond. Here we have taking something for granted. They took for granted and they overindulged in the love, the talents, and the beauty that you actually had. The reason why they needed to change things up a bit because there was this need to reevaluate the relationship that felt superficial. Now, why did it seem superficial for you, Gemini, since you are watching this reading? For you, it did not seem superficial. But for them, it seems superficial. Some of you might resonate, some of it might be reversed. It's a general love reading. It's not going to be detailed for everybody. But here what happened was two people were together. And one person felt that there was a lot of genuine love and care and kindness and compassion. They felt this genuinely. But the other person felt, for some strange reason, whatever their reason was, because of their beliefs, because of what they have gone through before, what they have seen before through other people, or maybe even they have experienced something really bad that happened to them. So here we do have the situation where an individual wanted to move forward in the connection. However, one of them felt very superficial, artificial. It wasn't real. It's all phony baloney. It's all a bunch of acting. That's what they felt. Eventually, this person that you're dealing with, they accepted the situation the way it was. Even though discontent was present, they were still hanging on. And they felt that this was a passing phase. So this is a situation where I have this little example that I always say. You're walking out and you're with your partner and you end up saying, "Hey honey, the sky is green today." And your partner looks up and they know it's blue, but they still say, yeah, it's green, yeah. Okay, let's go. And then you just sit in your vehicle and then you go wherever you need to. Why? Because you're in a rush. There's something more pressing. Did the person want to argue with you? No. Did they want to reason with you? Did they want to ask you, why do you see it like this? What is it that you are seeing? Did they go into the nitty-gritty details? No, they didn't, because they didn't want to get into that. They didn't want to really talk about what is going on. Just saying yes for the sake of saying yes, so that there is no discussion. So there's no hard feelings, so that there's nothing uncomfortable. So this person, unfortunately, Gemini, went along in this connection to the point where whatever you would say, they would go ahead with, and it was misleading. And that's why this person is not with you now. Or there is distance between the both of you because you were genuine, but they were not. And sometimes people don't do this out of malice. They don't have any ill intentions. They're just trying to figure out what's going on in their life. And meanwhile, they're still with you. They may be trying to figure out why they're upset about something or why they can't think of something in a straight kind of way. Yet they're still hanging on to the connection with you. Why do they do that? Because for them, that is security. They're with you because they are feeling secure. And then one day when they figure out whatever problem they were having, They'll figure it out on their own, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and they'll still be there with you. They'll still come back to you, or they'll still be there with you. So this is something that happens with people, with this connection, with this type of a card that we have, where there's this feeling of being superficial. Somebody's just saying things for the sake of saying it. But what did they really mean? Did they really love you? Now this card right now, this was in the past. Does this person love you? Absolutely yes, because you had that in the spread I just did the first time. That is your current feelings and emotions, your person of interest. They really do love you. They are in love with you, and they're passionately in love with you. So this, at this point, has changed. Back then, this is what had happened. This is what they were going through. And they may not have talked to you at all about this, because it's so strangely personal. Here we have the Three of Staves. And also, I mean, what is somebody supposed to say? I don't want to be with you because I feel this is a superficial situation. It's extremely rare, Gemini, that somebody says this. People don't say these things. Personally, I think they should, so that nobody's just left hanging. But this is something that happened here where there was a lack of communication because somebody didn't want to break the other person's heart. They didn't want to really hurt them in that way, and they just tried to keep it at a distance that slowly, things will, on their own, they will fade away as time goes by. Now, we have here also the Three of Staves, so let's have a look. Here it talks about ambitious plans that may not be grounded in reality and having frustrating delays. So ambitious plans, so there were plans and they were very ambitious. Remember, we're wanting happiness, joy, prosperity, growth within this partnership. So these are all ambitious plans. How to get there is what this card talks about, how to get there. The problem is when these plans were made back then, they weren't practical, they weren't real in the sense that it was not built on reality. It was all like fantasy. Somebody may have said, okay, we'll move in. I'm getting the word December, the month December. We're going to move in on December, but nobody really worked towards it. The rent, the money that was supposed to be done, changing the addresses, things like that, that wasn't done. So it's not practical. Even though somebody may have said something, they didn't take the steps that were needed in order to fulfill that dream that should have come true. That's what happened here. And they felt very frustrated in terms of delays. They felt that there was a lot of delays and they wanted things to happen a bit fast. However, what is the use of things happening fast when you feel that the entire connection is superficial? In a way, for this individual, and maybe even you, this was a blessing in disguise. Because if things would have flourished, it doesn't matter. There still would have been the sense of artificialness. What we want is pure and complete love, unconditional love, true love, and things that are solid. We don't want things that are just wishy-washy, right? So I do see that this individual had their own problems, their own issues, their own beliefs. However, because of the first set of cards that you had, it does seem as if they've gone over that. That struggle now is done. It's gone. Okay, you got a really cute card here. Page of Wands. So this is the Beginner's Tarot, and I'll be looking into any actions, any plans, any intentions that your person of interest may have. Very nice. All right. Interesting. So we have here an array of cards that are quite positive for sure. Now we do have a page and we do have a king. That's good. Materialistically and physically, this person really knows how they need to behave, how they need to act in order to be with you, in order to make you happy. What I'm also seeing here, in addition to this type of feeling that we get, your person of interest not only wants to just make you happy materialistically, but that is something that they feel on the inside that is very strong. They're very passionate about it. This is something that they can practically do now. Before they couldn't. They can do this now. When it comes to materialism, when it comes to the physical, when it comes to money, coins, investments, home, prosperity, tangible, anything that's tangible, this person now is quite settled in terms of wanting to move forward with you in this way. We start off with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands here, it does talk about how this person feels very passionate regarding this connection. However, when it comes to passion, they are a little shy. Remember, this is a page. So yes, they are going to reach out to you, but do expect the unexpected. They may not be as bold as you may want them to be. They may be a little shy. Here we also have the Strength card. They may not have the strength in the beginning to reach out to you and to be as bold. However, we transition from the page to the Strength to the King. Isn't that cool? So you have now a page and a king. The Strength comes in. This person's going to gain that courage, gain that wisdom, gain that freedom in their heart, mind, and their body, and they're going to want to give you a solid offer of something in terms of something tangible. Let's be together. Let's work this out together. Let's invest in this together. Let's get this together. So things are definitely going to change. This is nice because I'm seeing this coming in this coming year. Of course, I hope this works out for everybody, but this is a general love reading. Not everybody on the planet that's watching this, it's not going to resonate for everybody because it's not a personal reading. But I do hope that good things come your way because this is talking about a lot of promise moving forward. Here we also have the Two of Wands. This individual has made their decision and they know what they want, and it is you. The decision that they've made is that they want to physically and tangibly, there's this tangible word that's coming through, they want to settle down with you. Yes, we have another king here. The overall arching theme is the King of Swords. Now, what's interesting about the King of Swords here, it does talk about how this individual knows that there are these feelings and these emotions that they have towards you, but they do keep it close to their chest. They don't really, what they say, that saying, they don't show all their cards, right? They're keeping their cards close to their chest. They're not really showing you what it is that's on their heart and their mind. They're not showing you this because they want to show that they are in control. They're slightly aloof in a way. They may be slightly cold in a way. However, very deep down, they want to give you commitment. They want to have brilliance about it. They want to be intelligent about the decision. They want to do this in a very mentally kind of like, it's all about mental thought. It's all about the brilliance that one might have. So they want to do this in a very logical kind of way. However, it may seem to you that they're unemotional, but that's not the truth. The truth is that they are emotional, and that is why they're reaching out to you. Even if they may seem a little harsh, a little rude, even a little cold. The truth is that this is somebody who is they have a hard shell on the outside, but they're very soft on the inside. Okay. For those of you who are used to this last part of the reading, I am going to be adding in a bonus part here. It's one of the readings that I did. I was prompted to do so, so there you go. Just going to do a quick prayer. Interesting. All right. So I'm going to be pulling out some other cards from some other decks that I have, and we'll be first looking at the main one that I typically use. Ooh, okay. I know. I knew that for some reason, I felt this card's going to come up a year from now. I know some of you may be rolling your eyes and it's extremely frustrating. I totally agree. However, in this deck, I only have a year from now. It doesn't say 3 years from now or 5 years from now. So there is a part of this connection that's going to be changing. However, it's going to take from now until the next few months or even up to a year. I hope it happens sooner. This is not going to resonate for everybody. It is a general love reading. Now, typically, I guess I should maybe change this. You know what? Let's just do this right now. Typically, in my other readings that I just did, I was putting all of them out and spreading them out, but I'm finding it difficult stretching over. So I'm just going to put this here, and then the rest of them I can put around, and we can just have a look at those. So here we do have a reconsider, and this time I'm just doing 4. This is the 5th one. Reconsider what it is that you are going to say and do, because a year from now things are going to be quite different. There is change that is going to come. Yes, it is important for you to reconsider what it is that's going to happen, because a year from now you will be asking for others for help, because this question that you're going to ask somebody regarding this connection, regarding this person, they're going to say something which will make you reconsider what it is that you're going to say and do. And yes, it is important for you to ask others for help as well. Whatever they give you in terms of information, it will come throughout the year. You will start to notice what they have said and how they've guided you, how it's going to help you as time goes by. There is something here that you have been immediately thinking of in terms of the yes. There's something that you have been thinking of. You wanted the answer to it, and whatever it is, you're going to get some type of information or a message in a way. It doesn't have to be a message, guys, but it could be some type of information that's going to come to you in the near future. And this I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It may be related to the King of Swords and to the King of Pentacles right now. I'm seeing those in my mind's eye. All right. That wraps up this part of your reading, but let me just bring out the other decks that I had, because I'm going to... I guess I did the same thing that I kept doing, so I guess that didn't make much of a difference. I just pulled everything back this way. All right, let's start with... No, let's start with this one. I have here Archangel Oracle cards. All right. Now, this particular deck, the reason why I look at these ones, this is something that I do typically when I'm doing a spiritual journey reading. Right now they are on pause, but I wanted to do this for you guys. We have Counselor, and then we have Hello from Heaven. Interesting. Here in this deck, this is the Archangel Therapy cards. This is information for you for the upcoming year. Addictions. If you hear someone whispering, guys, that's me. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you guys hear something whispering and then you mention it and I forgot that I'm whispering. Usually it's just, not usually, but always it's just me. So don't have to be alarmed if you hear a whisper. It does sound kind of creepy sometimes. I understand that. All right. So let's start with the Counselor card. This part of this reading, it's to give you some guidance from now until next year, right? This is something that you should look into, think about it, maybe keep it as part of your routine in your life, depending on what the card is about. Here we have Counselor. Archangel Azrael is saying you are a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Now, when I do my spiritual journey readings, this is a card that does come up sometimes. It is one of the most famous cards, actually. For me, when I'm seeing someone's, well, I guess you could see timeline and stuff like that. Well, what is their purpose in life? One of your purposes, Gemini, is that you have gone through certain experiences in your life, and there's many people that can benefit from your own guidance and the reassurance that you can provide to others. This doesn't mean that you have to become a licensed counselor or some type of a counselor. You could just be somebody that's on the side of the bus stop that's talking to somebody that's very sad, and you're just giving them advice about life, if obviously they want to hear it. Not everybody is as open and happy as sometimes we are, but people go through many things. And so here it does talk about you using that natural ability. The thing is, when you do something like this, you are elevating your energy to a positive level, earning karma points, which is what I call karma points, and you're also helping another human being. So that's just good karma overall. You have a very interesting card here, Hello from Heaven. So not to get anyone very emotional, but for some of you, there's somebody that has passed away. Onto the other side, they have gone to heaven. And here we have hello from heaven. So somebody from the afterlife is saying hi to you. Archangel Azrael is saying your loved ones in heaven are doing absolutely fine. Let go of the worries that you have and feel their loving blessings. Because of the worries, you are attracting negative energy. So what you need to do is stop worrying. Unfortunately, what's done is done. And for some of you, I do have a very important and very interesting package that I sell, actually. It's called Into the Light package. The package called Into the Light is to teach you, if somebody has been in this world and if they had passed away, depending on how they passed away, sometimes they do not see the light. So they are stuck on planet Earth in a different realm, in the spiritual realm. And I teach you how to get them up there into the light, provided in their book of life they're supposed to go to the light. Not everybody does. Now, that is called Into the Light. It's on my website. It is www.asnointia.com. Have a look at the amount of packages that I have right now that are available. They are self-help guides mostly for now. Do have a look at that package. For those of you that do resonate with this, if you do think about somebody that has died, somebody in your life who has passed away, unfortunately, and I'm very sorry about that. Just recently, in the past month, 2 people that I've known have passed away. Actually, no, 3. Yep, 3. And they were very close, family. So it's just, wow, right? So much happens in people's lives, and we have to adjust, and we have to still move on as life goes by. So here is a situation where some of you may be dealing with somebody who either now or maybe 10 years ago, right? You just never healed from it. That particular package that I've created, it is very helpful, and it is something that personally in my family that we've done, and that's why I created it. Plus, I've gotten some help from Angel Fakiel to see the method that I could have used. And you get some angels along, and then you're good to go. You have the ability to literally ascend, have the angels bring your person of interest, or not the person of interest, God forbid, or the person that you have lost, to help them ascend and see the light. There's different ways of doing this, but the one that I have, it works. People have actually had dreams even afterwards. And of course, this is all metaphysical. This is a pseudoscience. But you can only know it if you feel it and you go through it. Here we have a really beautiful card, Earth Angel. So many of you are Earth Angels. You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, many of us have gone through heartache. But when you go through that, it truly does make you stronger. It makes you wiser, right? So at some point in time, many of you may have that gift of teaching others and learning yourself about love, but also teaching others about love. And the theme I'm getting from here as counselor and love, you can literally talk to other people about problems, maybe even your friend, right? Maybe some youth, talking about relationships, talking about love. What are the good things? What are the bad things, right? The pros, the cons, all that kind of stuff. What can come from this, right? And when you don't have love, what can come from that, right? A lot of things can change in life if you have love and if you lose love. It is tragic. When you lose it, it changes your entire life, right? So try to see what it is that you have inside in terms of your own experiences, your life experiences. And if you feel that somebody needs that type of guidance, be there for them, because karmically that is good for you to help others. You have a very, very personal card here, Gemini. Heal away addictions. Heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. Now, for example, myself, I love cheese and I love chocolate. But good Lord, I can't have it anymore because it creates congestion for me. It's not working for me anymore. As I get older, I'm noticing I can't have certain foods. And because of that, because of the congestion, I'm unable to sing, right? Personally, this is me. I can't sing because I have this darn addiction to chocolate, right? So maybe I should get, dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate. But then again, I get caffeine with that, and then so that just doesn't help with my blood pressure. But the thing is, guys, heal away addictions. There are certain things that you have that you want to achieve in your life. Making a better routine, going and working out, right? Doing things that will help you in your future. The addictions could literally be, it could be sexual addictions, it could be narcotics, it could be, drinking, bad habits, eating a lot, right? Eating chocolate. Addictions could be shopping too much, spending too much money, gambling even. There's certain things that we do that we know are actually unhealthy for us. But give it your best try. Try this upcoming year to get rid of these addictions, because whatever your heart desires, you will be able to achieve that as long as you are able to bring a better balance in your life and to heal from these addictions. That's what this card is all about. We also have another card here. Listen. Quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desires and your manifestations. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you, to listen. So, you are going to be receiving messages from above. Do listen. In one of my other videos, I did suggest to take about 10-15 minutes out of the day, sit next to a window, or even go outside. It's even better. Have some fresh air. Rejuvenate yourself. Maybe have some quiet time, 10-15 minutes. Have a cup of tea or coffee or whatever. And just look outside the window. Just be mindful of your surroundings and who you are, what you want to do. Don't stress yourself out, but relax. Keep that time for yourself throughout the day. It's important to do that. Here we have, this is hilarious, life purpose. So, wow. I didn't even know this deck had this card. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Now, seeing what we had before here, which is Earth Angel and Counselor, definitely this is one of your life purposes where you're supposed to teach about love, where you're supposed to counsel and help and reassure people. that are around you. This could be youth. This could be people at any age, for that matter. And of course, to heal away addictions. And this is specifically for yourself. This is for you to take care of yourself. This is for you to take care of yourself and others. Then we have here, time to go. There is an angel here, full speed ahead. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and each cycle. That was deep. And there you have it, folks. That is something that we don't truly realize, that one thing I've learned over time is savor the moment. Some of you already know this. Sometimes there may be something really, really terrible going on, either at work or at home. And then between the day, we might have a really nice, happy time. This time, all of a sudden, where we're smiling and we're admiring. And then all of a sudden that thought comes back in, and then we feel guilty or we feel upset, and then we become, again, straight-faced and just upset, right? But that's not the way to do it. Because if you do it, you're never going to be happy. Savor the moment when it comes to you, because that moment will become a good memory for you. But if you don't build any good memories, you won't have anything to look back on and be positive about, right? So savor the moment and be mindful of what is going on around you. Understand that good times come and so do bad. But when the good times come, guys, enjoy it while it lasts, because that will be a part of your memory. And you can always look back when you are sad or when you are upset at those good times, and that will cheer you up. Because if you keep thinking negatively, if you keep becoming sad or upset because of the things around you, we will constantly have bad memories, right? It's a way to think through the mind. It's a mindset. It takes a while. But remember that when the good times come, there's a reason why good things are coming. Even if it's for like a half an hour, a split second, you just find something amusing, right? Don't be down because of certain things that are happening. When the time is right, be happy and enjoy that moment. And that's your reading, Gemini. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. And for those of you who are new, I do have my other channel, Asnointia Audio, that is on YouTube. It is an absolutely free YouTube channel. You can watch some videos there on relationships, spiritual connections, as well as what and who are negative energies. So please do check that channel out as well. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I do hope to get some more videos up soon, as well as some more people that are supporting that channel. It really does help. All right, guys, you all take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy holidays. Bye now.